an adventure movie. I kind of really enjoyed that Axe Giant. And his character, as bad a guy as he was, the Paul Bunyan character, I really felt sorry for him, which is, if you're a bad guy and the audience feels sympathy for you, then that's a sign that you've done a great job with what you've done with that character. So I don't know if I've answered your question with that, David, but I really enjoyed that movie. We shot 80% of it here in California, out in Topanga Canyon, and our director was from Columbus, and he shot the other 20% of it back there in Columbus, and all the stuff with the actual Axe Giant, the Paul Bunyan character, was shot back there. But he had the what they call the title role. Yeah.
Oh, and that must have been an awesome film.
It was fun. I really I enjoyed. For those folks that haven't seen it, which, by the way, you can see it in Redbox, and it's still. I think it's playing on Sci-Fi again. I think this Saturday. But it's it's the old Paul Bunyan legend. Whatever happened to Paul Bunyan and his blue ox, or his ox blue. So this is one writer's take on whatever happened to Paul Bunyan. And it's a good story, I think, and it's a character that, for me, is kind of a old country mountain boy, or mountain old man, rather, and I don't get to play that kind of character very often, and I just embraced it. I really love playing that character.
That's great. And then that takes me to another horror classic you did. It's something show called Horrorween, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, Horrorween. We are still, believe it or not, we are still putting together Horrorween. I'm in it, and I'm directing it, and it has. How you step into the situation and you agree to do something, and you don't know that it's going to take 5 or 10 years of your life. But Horrorween seems is doing that, and we we got a lot of name actors that have agreed to work in that, so we kind of have to wait for their availability and shoot where they're there when they're available, and the story and the premise of it keeps changing. So I tell you, I'll be tickled to death when Horrorween is finally in the can, because it's been a horror in more ways than one for me.
What I hear, that was the last film made by Dom DeLuise. Is that correct?
I think so.
Before he passed on. Do you have fond memories of him?
I didn't see him that much, and so I mean, he's a great guy. His son is also an actor, Don DeLuise's son. But I think we had him for a day, and I really didn't get to spend that much time with him at all.
No, such a great actor too, and I do enjoy watching his son's movies as well, and they could be twins. I mean, he looks just like him. So
they really could. They really could. Yeah. That didn't fall far from the tree, did it?
Nope, it sure didn't. Well, we recently spoke with Tony and Christopher Severio and Randall Oliver about Rougarou, and I know that you have a part in there, too. Would you like to tell us more about your character?
Which is a fascinating script. I love these, because this Rougarou, from my understanding, is based on a real, woods monster, kind of like like Bigfoot and such. And
right.
Folks down there in the bayou a lot of people believe that he actually exists, and that he's down there wreaking mayhem all over the New Orleans. But I play a sheriff that doesn't always follow the letter of the law. Kind of makes the law work for me, and And Randall, God bless him, because I did give Randall a really hard time in that movie, but it was an enjoyable character, And Randall, what a sweetheart he is! It's a tough guy, and just an absolute pleasure to work with. I don't know if he told you, Randall and I, we worked together, almost 30 years ago in a film. And then, he went his way, I went mine, and then we reunited here with Rougarou. So, and I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw him in person, but the guy hasn't aged a day, it seems, and all the ladies just fall all over themselves when they see him. But he's a handsome looking young man, and just salt of the earth. Great individual. I love him. Good.
Yeah, I would imagine it was a lot of fun working with those guys because they were a blast to talk to.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. It's funny because most of the movies that I do are on location. I do a lot of independent films, and these filmmakers, they don't have, what a lot of people believe is this typical Hollywood attitude, No, these people like Chicago, the movie makers that I work with in Chicago, they are down-to-earth movie makers. They just got something to say, and they want to speak through film to say it. And no attitude, no... it's just they're filmmakers. They have this magnificent obsession, and I'm honored that they use me in order to speak their words with. But and Randall and Tony are two of the best.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you have like so many projects coming up. I think I counted maybe 21 of them, including Rougarou.
Oh, my God. Oh.
I don't know how the heck you do all of them. Do you get some kind of break in between?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Because a lot of them, projects, I just work on a week. Some of them just a couple of days, Some of them maybe a couple of weeks. But, yeah, no, absolutely. But I do want to brag about one thing I got coming up on, I don't know, have you ever heard of the series Eagle Heart on Adult Swim with Chris Elliott? Okay.
And the name rings a bell, but I'm not sure
the
if
name
I've
rings
ever
a
seen
bell,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's like late night TV. The series called Eagle Heart. And when's it on, Connie? On Thursday? Is Eagle Heart on Thursday?
I think it's Thursday or Saturday. It's like 12:15.
Okay, but it's I think it's Thursday. The last Thursday of the year, I guest star on that as myself. I'm playing Joe Estevez. But it's just a marvelous. These guys. To give you an idea of their company is called Knucklehead Productions. Right?
Oh my God!
And but Chris Elliott, it's just a terrific little series. And who's the
Chris Elliott.
No, who's the guy who has the late night talk shows? The producer.
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien is the executive producer of the series. And it's funny. It's really, not what you think of as typical comedy. So if you get a chance to see that Eagle Heart with Chris Elliott and myself, I would be most honored.
Oh, I would definitely. Is that on cable?
It is the Cartoon Channel after 7 o'clock. It's Adult Swim. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'll definitely check that out. I'd love to see that because my first and foremost thing to go to after doing a day of whatever I'm doing is to sit down and watch comedies because I just love to laugh. I mean, life is so serious most of the time and the news and everything going on, so I love comedies, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, you see this Eagle Heart, you're going to get a big laugh, Pam. I guarantee you.
That's what we like to hear.
At my expense, I might add.
Right.
But, it's so, just lately, it seems in the last 5 or 6 years, I've been able to do comedy. I mean, I love to do comedy. And when most of the stage plays I did as a young man were comedies. But, I kind of gotten pigeonholed maybe as a dramatic actor or horror actor here in Hollywood. But the last 5 or 6 years I've been doing some comedy and really just enjoying myself.
Well, I don't think there's anything better than a good laugh, whether you're making it happen or us watching it. So
there you go. Yeah.
Now, speaking of some of your movies in Chicago, you filmed Agent Dick in High on the Hog. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah.
That's an action film?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Have you ever heard of Sid Haig? Do you know who that is, Sid Haig?
I know the name.
I know.
Yeah, okay. But it's he and myself and Bobby Zadar star in it. And it is kind of an adventure film. And my Agent Dick is kind of a just a not very nice detective, and it's very funny with this script. Tony Walsh is the director, and he's a young man, and he's out of the Chicago area there, and this guy is absolutely brilliant. What he does with film is really magic, and I saw one film that he had directed, and I said I really want to work with this guy, and I got the opportunity with High on the Hog, and this character Agent Dick that I was playing, Tony, the director, he just let me go with it. He trusted me, and it was kind of funny because the character really had no governor. He had no bounds to stay in. He was so he can't. I just let the character go to where he wanted to go, and it became a very dark, sinister fellow that I didn't, in reading the script and when I went there, that's not the character that I had in my mind to play. But that's the character that I played. The character sometimes just comes out. You don't expect it, and instead of you're kind of following that character's lead instead of you kind of controlling it. And I'm really excited to see it. I think it's some of the best. I hate this. I think it's some of the best stuff I've ever done, or it could be absolutely horror.
Oh no,
I don't know. But I really
highly doubt
it.
that.
It's well, thank you. But I mean, it's different. It's very much a dark character, but funny but dark. And anyway, I haven't seen a 1 foot of footage on it, but I'm really looking forward to seeing that. There's wow, Pam, I'm going to Cleveland. I'm from Ohio, and they asked me to speak in Cleveland December 19th about, they have a thing there, Film Cleveland, about getting films into Cleveland and get them enthusiastic about shooting there. But I tell you, I wish that Cleveland had the kind of filmmakers that your city, Chicago, does. It seems in the last 10 years, Chicago has really become a hub of some very serious filmmakers.